shit. I'm going the wrong way. All good. Come on in. Come on in, smash the like button. I gotta make this run real quick. Then after I make the run, you already know it's gym time. Pull up. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. I just want to chit chat with y'all. Let me talk to the men. Yo, man up. Man up. I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty. This morning on my live stream, right? Some clown named what was his name? Joseph. Y'all saw him. Joseph was his name. Pulls up. Obviously a Tank fan. Right? He was on my third channel. Talking about, he tried to play the race card, because that's what these Tank fans are trying to do. They're trying to do the race thing. Oh, why you hating on the black man? Why you hating on Tank for getting his money, black man? Listen, man. Tank don't consider himself a black man. Tank don't like you, black man. He said it out loud, black man. That dude don't like you. But for some strange reason, you continue to slurp. And I know there's no hope, but what you're not gonna do, what y'all are not gonna do, is question my blackness. That's what you're not gonna do. So I invited that soy boy, because that's what he was. I invited that soy boy to join the conversation and say what's on your mind, because I'm not going to keep reading your rhetoric. Pull up and say something. And he vanished for about 20 minutes or so. I'm ready to have those types of conversation. When you question my integrity as a black man, a man, I got a problem with that. So I invited that soy boy up so he can get it off his chest. And like the coward he was, he didn't. You know what he did do, though? He did say that I was stalking him, cyber stalking. This is the problem with these kids today. And you soy boys are just like a lot of these women today. You soy boys are offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. How dare you? First time I saw you on my platform, how dare you show up to my platform, right? With a gripe. And you're not willing to back it up. This is a problem with you fools. When you go to other platforms and get their talking points, but you can't articulate anything, you know what you remind me of? They used to be in the 80s. I haven't seen them since the 80s. You know how you see the black Israelites out here, they stand on the podium and they're dressed like genies, and the white man's a devil and slay whitey and all this other stuff, whatever, that's what they do, whatever. But there were also these white preachers that used to stand in public and literally shout the word of God to you. King James said, You part the Red Sea and you go here and you're going to hell. They used to do that. You know, it was all crazy to me, but whatever. I remember they had those guys on the Sally Jesse Raphael show. This is how old I am. And I remember one of these fellas had their sons on there. So when they went to the son, they said, well, do you understand what's being said? The kid was like about 8 years old. He said, yes. I said, okay. Show me what you've like learned, and you know. And he got up there and tried to put bass in his voice and scream and holler like his dad does. Here's the thing. And it was a perfect, the hell happened over here? It was the perfect reenactment of his dad. But when Sally asked him, what did that scripture mean? He couldn't explain it. And there's the problem. Here's the problem. You know what you said? You said it well. But explain that scripture. And that young man couldn't do it. That's the problem right there. That's the problem. You clowns go to these channels, and some of them might not be screaming. Some of them may sound articulate. It may give the appearance that they know what they're talking about, but all they're doing, where are the white stripes on this highway? I don't know. They're doing construction. All they're doing, I can't really read the super chat. Salute Eric Jordan. I'm driving. Salute Eric Jordan in that super chat. Salute. All they're really doing is taking a plate of rice and your favorite vegetable of choice and season it. And for your protein, they put poop on it and told you it's meatloaf. All you guys are doing is taking talking points. And my other page will be up Wednesday. I'm in YouTube jail right now because that's another point I'm going to get to. Speaking of soy boys, that's another point I'm going to get to. All they're doing is seasoning up and peppering up and making that crap seem edible to you. Because when you come to other places with those stupid ass talking points that you can't articulate, you're not as smart as you think. So when you come to my channel talking about what Showbiz said, or what Fanon said, or what KO said, irrelevant. Because you can't articulate it. Because I see through all of that crap and say, you know what? He done spoke for 2 hours and it's BS. It's BS. So I know he's BSing. What's sad is the people that want to believe in Tank for whatever reason they want to believe in him, they can't articulate. Now, if they can't articulate what you're saying, how are they going to articulate anything? Please don't come to my page with these weird ass talking points. Stop it. Stop it. That's weird. That's weird. It's weird. So Soy Boy Joseph, right, shows up and says I'm cyber stalking him. No, I just shined a light on you. You don't know what cyber stalking is. It's a term, but you don't know what it is, and I can tell you don't know. You have no idea what you said. And that's the point. You have no idea what you said. You're ridiculous. You showed up to my channel and accused me of hating on the black man. Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if your text relative. You don't reserve the right to accuse anybody of hating on Tank due to his race. That right is gone. Because I don't see Tank hating on anybody but other black men. You didn't even bring it to Ryan Garcia. You hugged him. After he tried to cheat and delete Devin Haney. You hugged him and said everybody was wrong but Ryan. That's what you did. You won't break bread with your brother Shakur. You went at Elijah Pierce on Instagram and he was just trying to give you credit. You want me to go further? Your Muslim brother, Turkey Al-Sheikh, with pockets as deep as they come, said, I got 50 mil, come to Saudi and fight Devin Haney. You said, give me 2 Ferraris. According to my math, he could buy 100 Ferraris with $25 million. And then we found out, oh, no, I'm not going down there because Turkey, Devin is Turkey's guy. Well, George Kambosos was backed by the entire country of Australia. And Devin went down there not once but twice. But if you ask a Negro, a knuckle dragger here in the States, all they're going to tell you is, I can't unsee that left hook. Joseph, where were you when we was dealing with that? When you talking about hating on a black man, where were you? Where were you? When we were fighting for Devin Haney, where were you? Where were you when Teofimo Lopez went on a racist rant? Where were you when Ryan Garcia went on a racist rant? And I had YouTube snatching my lives off of the platform and telling me they don't know what happened. Because a soy boy who's a fan of the people we talk about, but in a position of power at Google, can do stupid stuff like that. Where were you, Joseph? I never seen you before. So you don't show up with Teofimo when I do videos on Teofimo. You don't show up when I'm holding Ryan accountable. You only show up when I say, hey man, Tank needs to do better. And then you say I'm a hater. No, here's the reality, soy boy. Here's the reality. You don't love boxing. You identify with Tank because you want to be him, or want to be up in him, or want him up in you. Because you're a soy boy and you're a crybaby. Any grown man, if I say, yo, bro, you got me confused, I'm not going to be going back and forth with you in the chat. I'll drop a link, click the link, state your piece, let's have a conversation. Any man would have said, okay, let's talk. Or you would have said, hey, you know, I can't today. Can we do it some other time? Or what? You didn't even do that. You disappeared for 20 minutes. That's what you did. And then when you did come back, you said I was cyberbullying you. That's how I know you're a goddamn child. My next question was going to be to you, and mind you, I didn't tell anyone to block you. My next question to you would have been, how old are you? Remember what I always say, family. People have to qualify to talk boxing with you. People have to qualify to talk life with you. At my age, I can't have a conversation about life with a goddamn 14-year-old. Because at that age, and we've all been there, majority of us have, when you think about when you was 14, 15, didn't at some point you thought you knew every goddamn thing? Your parents ain't know what the hell they were talking about, and they just don't understand, like the Will Smith song. Parents just don't understand. They don't understand. They're not going through what I'm going through. Oh my God, it's different. This ain't the 1940s. This ain't the 1950s. Oh my God, things are different. And no. Remember, no. Nothing's changed but technology, but it's the same old life. If anything, y'all are dumber. With all this technology, y'all are dumber. You want me to prove it? Watch this. How many kids that are knee-deep in the social media era have memorized at least 15 phone numbers? 15. Now, You might be saying, you kids might be saying, no one can remember 15 phone numbers. Yes, they can. You want to know how I know? You go to a concert. You ever been to a concert? That artist on stage, depending on the artist, they have to memorize every word of the songs. And they'll do like about 10 songs. Then, depending on the age of the artist, they might have some throwback songs. Oh, you remember this one? And they start singing one from 10 years ago. Oh, I remember that. When I was younger, in my mind, and I did this, me and my brother and my sister, I said, you remember Grandpa's old number in Brooklyn? Yeah. Remember Mom's old job number? Yeah, we knew these numbers. You know why we was doing that? Because we asked our kids, hey, man, you know, you ain't got so-and-so's number? And they go on their phones and start looking and say, you don't know it? No. Who knows the numbers? What do you mean who knows? So if you lose your goddamn phone, you can't go to a pay phone? Or ask someone to use a phone? You couldn't call one of us if you got lost and lost your phone? You don't know my number? You don't know how to contact me? That shit dangerous. You kids have all this technology and you're dumber. And the goddamn the food has made you soft. All right, you're painting your fingernails. And you're trying to tell me that's normal. You're wearing skinny jeans. You're growing your hair down your back and getting it braided a certain way. I've seen brothers wearing hair, and I'm like, man, back in the 90s, girls wore their hair like that. Man. I don't see kids slap boxing in the street no more. You know, we would just do that. Be chilling in front of the building, and a friend of mine just come slap me in the face. Yo, what up, what up? We just start throwing hands. It wasn't real. It's just something that we did. Sometimes it got a little rough, but, you know, that's what we did. We're boys. High testosterone. I just saw a study, and I'm going to do a pep talk on it. I know why y'all soft. These kids today there's less testosterone in kids today than the men that got testosterone in their bodies in their 50s and 60s from years ago. It's in your food, it's in your behavior, and they remove men out the household. A lot of y'all raised by your mamas. So what do you do around start sleeping with 1,000 women thinking that makes you a man? Oh, you still a sucker. You still a sucker. So it made perfect sense that some soy boy. A soy boy. Now, here's what I know about this kid that came to the chat today. More than likely, he come from a single-parent household. If he came from a two-parent household, he identifies with a clown like Tank Davis because he wants to be Tank Davis. But he falls short. I went to his page. What do we see? His head tilted and showing braids. Either that was him or he braids hair. Listen to what I just said. These kids ain't it. I laugh all the time because you can't take these kids of this era, and I don't give a damn if they're 20, 25 years old. When we was in high school, if you take these kids from this era, when I say kid, you could be in your 20s. Put them in a time machine and throw them back to 1993. We are beating their ass. We're not even robbing you. We're just beating you up. Like, what's wrong with this kid? Why are your eyebrows arched? What the fuck is that? It's a soft. This jerk coming up, oh, you cyber stalking me. What the fuck? Ain't nobody stalking you, stupid. So now I'm telling you about Tank, and I'm roasting you. Now I'm stalking you? Nigga, no one knows you. And if you're smart, you will monetize me giving you attention, you idiot. Because I like shining the light. On Tank fans, y'all prove me right every goddamn day. Now, I wasn't trying to talk about Tank, but I was using him as an example. Why? Because he's a direct representation of everything wrong with the sport. Go back and watch the replay. I had a newcomer in the chat today. They referred to Tank as the people's champ. Bullshit. He's not. What makes him the people's champ? The young man's, I'm assuming it was a young man. The young man's response was, he puts asses in the seat. Well, that's true. But by that definition, Jake Paul puts asses in the seat too. As a matter of fact, he may have had as many successful sellouts as Tank. I haven't done the research. I could be wrong. And this is going to be a major sellout, and Jake's a part of it with Tank. So wouldn't that make Jake Paul the people's champ? And the brother's response in the chat was, that's true. I know it's true. It's logic, and I'm using their logic. And you see why those talking points are so lame and why it's very dangerous when you start comparing seat sales and what people like and chrome hearts and braided hair and tattoos, and you start lumping that into this pot of rotten gumbo. Gumbo smells good, but if you don't smell that the sausage was rotten and you don't know you're eating it, you're gonna feel it when you get up out of bed at 3 in the morning and you got the BGs. You're like, man, that gumbo was so good. This couldn't be the gumbo. It turns you off the gumbo. When the reality was, the chef didn't know that the sausage that he put in it, he left it on, you don't know that he left it on the counter for a day. And it went bad, but you didn't smell it. That's Tank Davis. He rotted the gumbo. Y'all lumped all of that crap in, and all I'm saying is, I keep it very simple. I judge fighters based off of what they do. I even will give them a pass if they made an attempt. For a long time, I said, man, Shakur is a champion. Tank is a champion. Why are they staring at each other? That's a unification right there. Remember when I said, what, they have a pregnancy pact? Why they not fighting? Remember when I said that? Well, during this year, Shakur actively pursued Tank. Actively. And Tank said no, and he's clowning him on the internet. Lamont Roach rematch, what rematch? All of his Tank fans was talking about, oh, he gonna get him in a rematch. All I ever said was, great, let's see the rematch. You think he's gonna get Lamont? I don't think so. That was a stylistic nightmare for him, and it'll be the same way. What you saw was Ali Norton. Ali can't dominate Norton, but Ali's popularity got him over the hump. That's what it was. That's what it was. But there's nothing Tank could do stylistically because he hasn't changed. He was in shape. He can't do nothing with Lamont Roach. Because if he could, he would. That's a money fight now, not his intrigue behind it. That's why I want to leave it up to what they do in the ring. And what am I getting? Jake effing Paul. I didn't ask for that. I didn't even ask for Lamont Roach. And now I'm asking for a rematch just to set the record straight because it was a draw. And Tank don't even want to give his fans that. All I want is real boxing. Because the same people that are mad at me saying I'm hating on Tank on a black man getting money, well, why are you concerned? Why are you not talking about what Tank is not doing for other black fighters and scratching your head till you start to bleed and wondering why he's breaking bread with Jake Paul and not Lamont Roach? With Jake Paul and not Shakur. With Jake Paul and not Devin. Black man, what's up with that? Turkey out of Sheik, man, he was looking to give you money to fight Devin. You said no, bruh. You said no. So what are we talking about here? You know what? Y'all not talking about nothing. There's nobody that can say to me, I put up 15 faces and I left about 3 off. I put up 15 faces. And the question was, Tank didn't fight these guys because, and if you let an articulate fool lie to you, they will arm you with misinformation. You got niggas right here on YouTube talking about, oh, well, Tank didn't fight this guy because this guy was doing this, and he only called, this guy, Devin, he only called out Tank when Tank had something lined up, and nonsense. Tank is the A side. You can legitimately have a fight lined up, and if Tank stepped in and said, yo, I want to fight you, that person that is getting called, they'll be like, yo, look, okay, this is a money fight right here, plus it's an opportunity, because if I could beat him, it's historic. So you don't want to give that opportunity to Lamont Roach. You don't want to give that opportunity to Shakur. You don't want to give that opportunity to Devin or anybody else. What you want to do is give that opportunity to Jake fucking Paul. And you want to talk to me. You want to question my blackness. Man, I want to question your mind. If you have one. And there was nothing but space and opportunity, Joseph. You insecure, immature, spineless, mindless jellyfish. You're disgusting. And you're a coward. You're a coward. Let's get that straight. You're a coward. Amazing stuff. I love talking to Tank fans. You know what's crazy? I'm hating on Tank. And when I say, man, tell me when I lied on him. I clown him, yes. 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 I clown him. I clown Ryan Garcia. I clown him. But I ain't got to lie on him. Watch this. Is Ryan Garcia a cheater? Yes. I did it today. Watch this. When I say I don't got to lie on Tank, what did I ask homie in the chat today? I said, wait a minute, man, is Tank a liar? Go back in the replay and read the chat. When I asked him, was Tank a liar? It was late in the show. He said everything but yes, and I played the lie. I played the lie. What did he say? Oh, media be trashing him. You can't trash anybody when you say, hey, man, you got this guy here, Tank. I don't want this Jake Paul stuff. I don't want this Jake Paul stuff, man. Fight somebody for real, Tank. So Tank start cussing you out, and this fanatic start cussing you out. But when I say, is Jake Paul a real fighter? For a long time, y'all were like, no. Y'all were like, no. So you okay with Tank not fighting a real fighter? Oh, he's going to get his money. He could have got that money in the Lamont Roach rematch. What are you talking about? There's intrigue there. He could have got that with a Devin Haney fight. There was intrigue there. He went and got his money with a Ryan Garcia fight. At least I can say Ryan is a ranked fighter. He was never a champion, but he was a ranked fighter. So what are we talking about? What are you talking about? You guys jumping around and defending this yellow monkey? Hey, man. He literally single-handedly disarmed all of your arguments. Y'all can't say anything. It's over. It's over. So, the reason why Drew Titan LLC is in YouTube jail until probably Tuesday or Wednesday is because they didn't like what I said about Tank in my animation about how I have him turning into monkeys and everything else. You know, I mean, come on, these just jokes, right? I mean, this whole Klan rallies on YouTube. I've heard people say things about black people. I've heard people say things about Jewish people, about Latinos. I mean, Trump is get out my country and all this other stuff. And Ice Ice Baby, all this other stuff. Yeah. But some Tank Davis man crush who has the power of the stroke. Because let me tell you, there's no due process. When you get a strike, you can appeal it, right? But it's rare because usually when I appeal something, it take a couple of days. I appealed it, they got back to me that day, within the hour. That was fast. That tells me that it's some soy boy who has a crush on Tank, and all he's doing is going around the effort with channels that hold this little yellow knuckle dragger accountable. You know how I know? Last week, Blue Blood with no notifications went out. During his live stream, he actually contacted YouTube. Y'all saw that live a few days ago? And the answers they were giving him, he was saying it out loud. I'm like, y'all I've been exactly here. He just asked him, how come I'm not getting, Blue has 2 channels. He said, how come I'm not getting no notifications? I'm on my other channel right now. And first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna bullshit you with generic responses. You gotta ask them, I don't wanna talk to AI. I wanna talk to a real person. And then when you start body bagging them, they put you on hold for 5 minutes. I've got them to the point where they had to put me on with a goddamn supervisor. And in the event you're ever in that position, all you gotta do at the end of your conversation is request a transcript and send it to your email. I got YouTube contradicting themselves in at least 3 instances. Now, that dude that showed up, Jerome, the other day, isn't it weird how I got 2 knuckle draggers that popped up on my in my stream talking crazy? Isn't that strange? You guys love telling on yourself because I got questions. And now you can't lie because these clowns can never hold their tongue and they can't help it. You guys stay taking the bait. You guys are so easy. You're like Hunts Point in the 90s. You're easy. $20 to get you some brain. You're easy. And I'm not gonna take it easy on you. Because now I got questions. That account that I got a hold of, you better pray he's not y'all better pray this is just a coincidence. Y'all better pray that he's not an employee of Google or YouTube. You better pray that he's not friends or in a relationship with anybody from Google, because if that's the case, y'all have no idea what class action is. Because I am going to link all of that to what y'all did to my brother Blue, with notifications, with us with strikes, the visibility of our channels. And now I had a pillow biter showing up to gloat? Nah, we ain't doing that. I'ma get you right. Baiting you is too easy because your egos are just phenomenal. You can't shut up. You ever wondered why the T-wrist, I'm on YouTube, I gotta be careful. The T-wrist. You ever wondered why? He was like, man, they did what they had to do. Why they gotta put their name on it? Just relax. You know why? They want you to know they did it. And that's what Jerome was about. He wanted me, and you heard what he said. That's why I put it up there and I screenshot it. And now Google is gonna have to answer the question. They're gonna have to answer the question. Hey man, this guy's an employee? Even if he's an employee or knows someone that's an employee, he incriminated himself. Because the strike doesn't make any sense. But you know what I do? I just let them talk. I said, well, why am I on the phone with you? Why am I talking with y'all? But the person that gave me the strike, what are you basing it off of? And you know where they fucked up? YouTube, you know where you fucked up again? I dual stream. How I got a strike on Drew Titan LLC, but on Pep Talk, the live was still up. Fully monetized. And I left it there all day. And when I was talking with that fool, I said, do you know I dual stream? So how is it 100% monetized on one channel and and it's taken down and it's a strike on my other channel? Shouldn't I have two strikes, one on one channel, one on the other? Then the dumbass puts me on hold for 5 minutes. And while he put me on hold, I took the live down on Pep Talk. That's why you don't see it. And it's on my Patreon. Too late. Too late. Documentation beats conversation. Nah, nothing happened to Blue. They wasn't giving out his notifications. And during a live stream last, like a few days ago, he was actually talking to them. I don't get no notifications from my own live stream. Why is that? Their response, good question. But one thing's for sure is, he's been dragging Tank. And now him, because he has the biggest channel out of all of us. Why his notifications ain't going out? The people that talk up Tank, talk up Ryan Garcia, they don't have no problems with notifications going out. They don't have that argument. It's always us. Which leads you to believe, which is further proof that the people in charge of overseeing us are fans of what we hold accountable. And when I have a pillow biter come in here talking about we're everywhere, we are going to do this to you. Whoa, really? Who are you? Got him. All you had to do is be quiet. I'm going to find out who you are. I've done this before. I'm going to find out who you are. And if you're not an employee, you better hope you don't have no friends that work for YouTube or Google. Because it's going to them. And somebody gonna have to pay me because, you know, I think I'm stressed over this. Well, I'm at my destination. Y'all do some push-ups. Especially you, Joseph, soy boy. What was the clown name? Miguel's boyfriend. What was his name? Jerome Terrence? Do some push-ups. Get moving. Soy boy. You talk to me, you can't do 5 sit-ups. You talk to me, you can't do 10 push-ups. You're cyber stalking me. Shut up. You talk with a lisp. I know you do. Go to a gym and get punched in the face and enjoy it. You know what it is to get punched in the face? Don't you want to like, ooh, I gotta get that back. Focus. Because while you're trying to get it back, you can hurt yourself. That's where the discipline comes in. It's an art. Get emotional about learning the craft so it don't happen again. And work out while you're doing it. Focus. Soy boy. Soy boys. Clowns. I'm at my pop's crib. I don't know. I might do pep talk tonight. I don't know. Bronx on deck.